Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Thursday, November 6th. I'm Grant Olson. Here are some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Lake Chelan School District's $73 million school modernization bond has failed after achieving just over 51% approval by voters during the November special election. The Court of Appeals says a Douglas County sex offender who petitioned nearly a year ago to expunge the legal fees from his prosecution deserves a court hearing. We will begin to dry out beginning tomorrow with a nice weather weekend ahead. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. A judge has blocked Chelan County's attempt to place a moratorium on new tax increment financing districts. Douglas County Judge Brian Huber on Tuesday signed a preliminary injunction preventing Chelan County from enforcing the rule adopted last month. Chelan County commissioners are at odds with the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority over the port's proposal for a 3,200-acre TIF district in Malaga. A TIF district reallocates future property taxes within a specific area to pay for public improvements. The county and some junior taxing districts like the Wenatchee Valley Fire Department argue a TIF district would damage their future revenue. Huber's ruling says the county moratorium would infringe on the port's ability to create TIF districts, which is granted by state law. County commissioners say they plan to ask the judge to reconsider his ruling. Residents in the Lake Wenatchee Fire District have succeeded in a lawsuit to overturn the election that approved a $15 million bond issue over the summer. Lake Wenatchee Fire and Rescue would have used the money to build a new fire station and make improvements to existing ones. But a group of residents sued, saying the fire district violated the Open Meetings Act while developing the bond proposal. In a court hearing Monday, Chelan County Judge Travis Brandt agreed, ruling that fire commissioners committed several public meeting violations, and those violations probably affected the outcome of the August election. Brandt has yet to issue a written ruling. Lake Wenatchee Fire and Rescue will have the option to appeal the case. The Lake Chelan School District's $73 million school modernization bond has failed after achieving just over 51% approval by voters during the November special election. The measure needed 60% to pass. Updated results on Wednesday showed 1,090 people in Chelan County voted to approve the measure, while 1,034 people voted to reject it. Some residents in Okanagan County were eligible to vote for the bond, where only 6 voters turned out, 5 for the bond and 1 against it. If approved, the district would have rebuilt Morgan Owings Elementary School, made safety and ADA accessibility updates at the middle and high school, and improved the Mountain Goat Field Complex. Superintendent Brad Wilson said in a statement that the district recognized it may be a difficult time for residents to support facility funding. One person was injured and 1 arrested this morning after a collision at the Easy Street roundabout in Wenatchee. Police Chief Edgar Reinfeld told NCWLIFE News the incident began shortly after 8 a.m. when a caller to Rivercom reporting an erratic driver traveling on Highway 2. That vehicle crashed into another at the roundabout, and the driver then bailed out and fled on foot, heading north into the Sunny Slope area. That person was found and taken into custody, although their identity has not been disclosed. Reinfeld said 1 person was taken to Confluence Health Hospital for treatment after that crash. When we come back, 2 Wenatchee Valley College graduates were recognized as the 2025 STEM College Innovators of the Year, and nominations are open to recognize individuals, groups, or organizations who are making a difference in the Wenatchee Valley. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed, so relax. It's done.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. I've been helping people for nearly a decade understand their Medicare options. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand coverage options so you can feel confident in your Medicare decision. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or see me at my office in Wenatchee with easy parking and entrance.
Is your yard outdated, overgrown, or just not working for your lifestyle? At Bailey's Pro Landscaping, they specialize in transforming ordinary outdoor spaces into beautiful, low-maintenance landscapes built for Central Washington living. From custom designs to full installation, they bring expertise, creativity, and craftsmanship to every job. Your yard has potential. Start your project with Bailey's Pro Landscaping.
2 Wenatchee Valley College graduates were recognized as the 2025 STEM College Innovators of the Year for their Dryden Dam modernization project on Tuesday. Dylan Cornelius and Juan Martinez were recognized during the NCW Tech Alliance's 24th Annual Innovators Luncheon. The two worked on a project together that would modernize the dam's decades-old mechanics with an electromechanical control system. The duo earned praise after they presented a prototype to PUD commissioners in July. Over 400 community members attended this year's Innovator Awards, which included educators, entrepreneurs, and elected officials from across the region. The Court of Appeals says a Douglas County sex offender who petitioned nearly a year ago to expunge the legal fees from his prosecution deserves a court hearing. Yilman Martinez Gonzalez pleaded guilty in 2023 to first-degree child rape and molestation committed against a 12-year-old victim 3 years earlier. Judge Brian Huber sentenced him to 12 years in prison and also ordered him to pay a $100 DNA collection fee and a $500 for a crime victim penalty assessment. After he was sentenced, state law changed to eliminate the mandatory DNA fee and end the practice of assessment fees for impoverished defendants. Martinez petitioned the Douglas County Court last December to remove the fees, but his request languished without a hearing. The appeals court ruled today that Douglas County must act on the petition and decide whether to waive his fees. Nominations are open to recognize individuals, groups, or organizations who are making a difference in the Wenatchee Valley. The City of Wenatchee is partnering with the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center and the NCW Equity Alliance for the 2026 Uplift Awards. The recognition goes to local residents and agencies who made contributions to protecting civil rights, promoted social justice, or advanced diversity, equity, and inclusion in 2025. Winners will be presented with their awards during the museum's Martin Luther King Jr. Day Multicultural Fest coming up in January. The nomination deadline is December 7th, and nomination forms can be found on the museum's website. Coming up next, our Paws for Pets feature this week revisits a pair of lovable guinea pigs we first met back in mid-October. Partly cloudy and dry weather expected tomorrow as we head into the weekend with temperatures about normal for this time of year. I'll have all your weather details coming up, followed by Eric Cranstrom with a look at all the day's sports action as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Our Pause for Pets feature this week revisits a pair of lovable mammals we first met back in mid-October. Gazpacho and Chowder are a socialized pair of guinea pigs still available for adoption at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. And don't forget, while you're there to meet those two critters, you can also drop in on the agency's official pet of the week, a handsome 3-year-old pit bull terrier named Quill.
My name is Shay. I work at the Humane Society. I work here as animal care associate. I particularly love working with the small critters. This is actually Gazpacho, and the other guy for this week is going to be Chowder. He's a little more shy. He doesn't particularly... He likes being held, but it is a little more tricky to get him to let you. But Gazpacho and Chowder were actually brought in together. They are a bonded pair. Actually, they're kind of working on their bonding. They actually came here because the owner turned out to be allergic to animals, which is not exactly healthy for the owner. So they need a home where they can hopefully not cause an allergen. But they are very, very lovely starter pets for children. They do tend to explore with their teeth a little bit, so you got to be just a bit careful. Also with their nose, that's also kind of why they kind of like to be scratched right there. It's one of their favorite parts, as long as you're not getting too close to their mouth. He's a little bit tired at the moment. As you could see, usually he's a little more lively. He did get neutered, so that means that you could bring both of them home together, or you could separate them. That just means you would have to start the bonding process over. But since they are neutered, they could be with females, males. Bonding with males is a little more difficult. They are a little more dominant. They tend to get a little amped up, but that's normal as long as you're not hearing any like really bad weaking, any nibbles. Then you might want to separate them just for an hour or two. Yeah, that's what we do with them, especially with how small the cage is right now. They do need a bigger spot. They eat the hay and the pellets. That helps also their teeth constantly grow. So a lot of wooden toys is very, very much needed. They are very, very sweet boys, and they're just looking for a final home. They don't necessarily use wheels, but if you want to build using soda boxes, if you want to use soda boxes because they're big enough, you can make tunnels. That's a good cost-effective way. I've done that a couple of times for my guinea pigs at home. It works pretty good. Don't be alarmed if they chew on it. It's normal. It's cardboard. And some enriching things too is you could stick some hay in toilet paper rolls. It's very enriching for them. It gives them a little bit of an activity. They also tend to kind of throw that around too. So it's kind of like a toy and an activity all in one. They can get pretty lonely unless you're there all the time. They can be very codependent. They love being social. So a lot of the time, as weird as this is going to say, the more the better. And even numbers is always best, so there's no bullying. If there is one female, two males, that's not the best. It can lead to problems, and we do not want that. Our hours are 12:30 to 6 if you want to come visit them. We're not open Wednesdays, but anytime Thursday through Tuesday, come on down between 12:30 and 6 and come see these little guys. They'd be very excited to see you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Time now to take a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Thursday. We dried out from all of that record-setting rain that we saw yesterday, but more is on the way. We're going to see that tonight. You can just begin to see the first part of the storm system beginning to move into the upper valley. This is our tower camera, our Tumwater tower camera, looking down the beautiful town of Leavenworth. And look at those trees in town turning in Leavenworth. But also, once again, the hills and mountains have those caps on them, which means a very low-hanging weather system is about to move in, and we expect possibly up to another 1/4 of an inch of rain as we get into overnight and into tomorrow. Also tonight, for some areas in our viewing area, and we're talking about the Waterville Plateau, Columbia Basin, and Okanagan Valley, you could see some pretty gusty winds, gusts from 30 to 35 miles an hour, and even region-wide 20 to 25 mile an hour gusts are possible tonight, and it's mainly because that storm system is passing through and we're seeing that windy conditions behind it. Also, mountain pass snow, and we are watching very closely up into northern Washington. The Washington Pass area could pick up 3 to 6 inches of snow today and another 6 to 10 inches by the time we get into Friday. And boy, we could see an inch per snow an hour tonight and into our overnight up that way. Even Stevens Pass tonight and into Friday could see 2 to 4 inches of snow. So just be very careful if you're traveling over our area mountain passes. Today's high temperature a little bit above normal unofficially at 52 degrees. 48 is where we should be for this time of year. Our record high temperature set in 2014 of a beautiful 63 degrees. We were at 37 this morning, 33 our normal low temperature, in our record of chilly 14, and that was set in 2003. Sunrise 6:53 this morning, and it's set this afternoon at 4:36. All right, taking a look at tomorrow's temperatures, it looks pretty nice for Friday. We are going to begin to dry out. 54 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, around 53 in Quincy, a little cooler Wenatchee, Entiat, Chelan at 52 degrees, 50 in Leavenworth tomorrow, and 51 for you folks in Kashmir. As we take a look at tonight, cloudy skies. Our area of low pressure is beginning to move a little bit to the north, but we still have a very strong southwesterly flow, and there's that chance for rain into our evening hours and parts of our overnight. Low temperatures tonight about 40 degrees. And then for Friday, there's our friend, high pressure parked down in southwestern Washington. That'll bring mostly sunny skies and dry conditions our way tomorrow. High temperatures awfully nice for this time of year, into the low 50s. For Saturday, getting into the upcoming weekend, our high pressure moves all the way up into Canada, but look at the circulation around that high. This will keep that area of low pressure at bay on Saturday. It won't be too bad, a little bit cooler Saturday with high temperatures in the upper 40s. For your Sunday, still a ridge of high pressure up and over the Pacific Northwest. That'll keep us partly cloudy and seasonal to end our upcoming coming weekend with high temperatures close to where we should be at around 50 degrees for your Monday. Once again, we talked about this yesterday, this inverted ridge, and it's bringing a nice stream of warmer air into Washington State. A few clouds too, so partly cloudy Monday and warmer. High temperatures will jump up into the mid-50s, and that'll be significantly higher than we should be for this time of year. Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, still under the effects of high pressure. We're going to stay warm too, with temperatures in the mid-50s once again for Tuesday. And then by the end of our forecast, that high pressure finally moves off into the Midwest, and this will be our next weather maker, but not on Wednesday. Mostly cloudy then and cooler with high temperatures around 50, and then that storm going to bring some rain as we get you into Thursday. All right, here's your 7-day forecast, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. 41 degrees overnight tonight, mostly sunny, and a nice way to end a very wet week here in the Wenatchee Valley. 52 our high, 49 as we kick off our weekend Saturday. About the same for Sunday under partly cloudy skies and 50 degrees. And then a nice little warm up as we start our next work week, Monday and Tuesday. Partly cloudy with highs in the mid-50s, mostly cloudy for Wednesday. High temperatures then around 51 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 14. Join your host Mike Mitchell and his special guests as they explore some of the most exciting fisheries BC has to offer. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing TV. Check your listings for airtimes.
And a good Thursday to you. It was not a good night for the Kraken. They wrapped up their homestand with a 6-1 loss at the hands of San Jose. The Sharks scored first, then Ryan Winterton scored his first ever NHL goal to tie it. That was as close as it would get last night. San Jose chased Seattle out of their own building. Coach Lane Lambert simply said the Kraken were not good last night.
Disconnected in a bunch of different areas. The first goal of the game, we turned the puck over on the wall early on. We're not in position to, help with that. Our structure wasn't good enough tonight. And when you give up a goal the first shift of the game, you give up a goal right at the end of the first period after I thought we had battled back and, tied the score and had some good opportunities in the first period. Those are killers, and we just weren't good enough tonight, period.
What did you feel like made it challenging to get to that structure? Obviously, the Sharks want to play more of a free, fast kind of game. Jordan Eberle told you more like a track meet. Was there something that you were seeing that they were doing that made it hard for the group to get there?
No, they give them credit. They played well. So I'm not going to take that away from them at all. But I didn't like our game. I didn't like the way we played. I thought we were too loose, and we did not play to our identity tonight.
Seattle defenseman Joshua Mahura said he hopes it's a lesson learned moving forward.
Not our best night in the season so far. Just try to learn from it, regroup tomorrow at practice, and get ready for St. Louis.
What do you kind of take away from that game, that performance defensively? What kind of went against you?
Yeah, I think just making mistakes that we haven't made so far this year, getting a little bit loose, I guess. I would say I don't think it's intentionally by anyone. I just think everything's been going pretty good for the most part, and you know, obviously try to use this as a kick in the ass to regroup and get going.
Winterton says it was great to score his first NHL goal, but would rather have the win.
Yeah, it always feels good. Kind of like you said, not the way we wanted to, you know, to play out. You know, unfortunately, but you know, I guess we'll try and take the positives and you know, have a short-term memory.
Well, I know you are an even keel guy, but you looked a little excited when that puck went in.
Yeah, it was a long time coming, so yeah, it felt good, and you know, glad it's out of the way.
Seattle heads for St. Louis Saturday at 4 o'clock. That'll be on Kong TV. Well, as the Seahawks prepare for Arizona this Sunday, they've added a new tool to their belt. Seattle introduced wide receiver Rashid Shaheed yesterday after getting him in a trade from New Orleans. Shaheed said he felt very welcomed in Seattle.
It was a bittersweet feeling. It was a bittersweet feeling, but a lot of excitement from, you know, my family, myself, of course. Just excited about the journey, excited to be here, excited to be a part of this organization, and so far it's been nothing but welcoming, and you know, just feeling good right now. Yeah, you know, trying not to focus on the rumors. You know, there was a lot of stuff circulating, but I'd had to stay focused on what, you know, I had in front of me. But you know, now that it's here, I feel like I'm ready for it, and just, you know, everything is going to be smooth, a smooth transition. Yeah, you know, familiar with Clint. Super glad to be connected back with him. He's familiar with me. He knows my strengths, and I know what his mindset is going into games. And you know, it shouldn't be too hard to get acclimated with him and just, you know, find my role in the offense.
Seattle coach Mike McDonald says adding Shaheed just makes the Seahawks a better team all the way around.
Really excited. He was got in the building this morning, so we're off and running. Their offense is walking through right now. Obviously, as familiarity with Clinton and our system, so hopefully it's expedited getting up to speed. But enjoyed our conversations since the trade, and I know the guys were excited. It's a great opportunity to add to our team. Didn't feel like we were missing, you know, something. It's not like we were trying to like plug holes or anything like that. It was just an opportunity to get a great player and to augment what we were doing. So that was it. But yeah, I'm excited about it, and excited to see him out there.
Seattle hosts Arizona at Lumen Field Sunday at 1:05. That'll be on CBS. Wenatchee's Apple Bowl hosted 2 District 5 1B, 2B tournament games last night. Both were not close. Cle Elum cleaned the clock of Okanagan 6-0. Brewster blanked Highland 3-0. The tournament now moves to Central Washington University on Saturday, with Pateras facing Liberty Bell at 11 a.m. That's followed by Highland and Okanagan at 1. Brewster and Cle Elum face off for the district championship at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All those teams head to the state tournament after that. District 5 4A tournament continues tonight in Wenatchee and Yakima. Wenatchee's hosting Eastmont for the district championship at 6 o'clock in the Apple Bowl. Moses Lake plays at Eisenhower at 6. Loser out game for that one. Now Eastmont Wenatchee loser will face the winner of Moses Lake and Ike. That'll be Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock at the higher seed. Next round of the District 5 1A tournament is in Royal Saturday. Cascade plays Riverside in a winner to state game at 1. Wahluke and Lakeside 9 Mile Falls follow at 3, and then Kashmir plays Natchez for the district championship at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. District volleyball tournaments continued last night in Chelan and Zilla. Entiat qualified for the state 1B tournament with a 3-1 win over Pateras. Waterville Mansfield swept Soap Lake for the district title. Omak ended College Places season 3-1 in Zilla in the District 5-6 1A tournament. Zilla swept Royal in the next match. Then Omak topped the Leopards 3-0. Week 10 of the prep football weekend begins tonight in Soap Lake, Bridgeport, and Waterville. Eagles host Oroville at 6 o'clock. Bridgeport hosts Entiat at 7. Waterville Mansfield will play host to Moses Lake Christian also at 7 o'clock. Now Manson home tomorrow night against Medical Lake at 6 o'clock. Oroville visits Moses Lake Christian in the 1B playoffs. That'll be Saturday at 6 o'clock at Lions Field. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
And that will do it for this Thursday edition of the NCW Life Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.